Land citizens, my name is Flare Blitz and we've returned to our adventures of Our Wonderland. Shall we look and make ourselves look like a fool, or shall we not look and make ourselves possibly correct? I press my hands into my eyes hard enough to make them pound, and in that instant of pain the heat leaves. My chest unclenches. Coolness washes over my body like a breath of fresh air. What the bloody hell was I just thinking? I wipe at my damn forehead but keep my eyes clamped shut. What weird thoughts. I rock my heels back and forth, lick my lips. There's still only the sound of water past the boat. That gentle rocking motion. Hard to believe I've just been berating myself for wanting to play it a little bit safe. And who can blame you? Though I have to admit, I am a bit curious. Who is the collector? And what is this territory of his? Why aren't we allowed to see it? The back of my neck tingles with curiosity, a tangible feeling of yearning. It's pressed down into my back, pinbricks that dance with excitement. I want to see it. I want to see what's there. My eyelids fluster momentarily, and the thrill it sends up and down my spine is enough to make my heart jump. I need to know. This single thought has consumed me. I can't stop thinking about it. This unstoppable need. Again, I'm glad there's context behind this sentence. My lips curl upwards just thinking about it, and my breath grows heavy with excitement. I will know. Whose will? And what does he know? Another flutter. My body throbs with it. Heart thud, thud, thudding faster and faster as adrenaline pumps through my veins. I brace myself. Of course, I am not going to look, then shake my head. No, no, no. What am I even thinking? I take a deep breath, clear my thoughts, and feel the dire craving that had been racking my body mere moments ago drip away. My body feels heavy and cold, like someone's draped a heavy blanket over my shoulders. You got this, fam. And my breath comes out ragged, as though I've just run a marathon. Row, row, row your boat gently down the stream. Nothing is around the corner to buy, y'all. My lips move noiselessly with the words. Merry, merrily, merrily, life is but a dream. I clench my eyes even tighter to try to ward off the feeling of dread crawling its way up my skin. Concentrate. Concentrate on the words. Don't think about anything else exactly. Row, row, row your boat gently down the waterfall. I nod my head with the rhythm. Merrily, 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 merry, life is but a dead. Even my heart seems to be pounding in time. I can feel it in my arm, warm, throbbing heat that wants to burst out of my veins. Merrily, merrily, my head swims. Merrily, merrily. I rock back and forth on my heels, humming beneath my breath. Life is but a dream. Iggy, we're here. We made it. You can open your eyes now. I sit up, unsure. Genzo's voice comes from the right, towards the front of the ship. He sounds confident, assured. Come on, Iggy. But I don't move, and I don't open my eyes. Something's not right. I shake my head, take a deep breath, start my humming anew. I cross my arms in front of my chest, hands to my shoulders this entire time. Don't know where I got the entire from. And I lean forward, back and forth, back and forth. Iggy! Genzo's voice is sharp this time. Scared. Iggy! Help! Iggy! I hum louder. Then comes the screaming. Desperate. Pained. Almost sounds sinister. I clench my eyes even tighter, but it's not tight enough to stop the tears from escaping out of the corners. Are they even closed to begin with? I bite down my tongue. the sheer terror in the shrieks gouges of my arm, hallowing out with each renewed onslaught. He sounds like he's being torn apart. The tears grow heavy and dribble down my cheeks to pool beneath my chin. Iggy! I'm not going to look. I am sticking with this not looking malarkey. I bite down my lips so hard I can taste blood in my mouth. It's not real, it's not real, it's not real, it's not real, it's not real. I swear it's not real. I look at the corner of my eyes, it's not real. I look in front of me, it's not real. Everything around me is not real. Except this blood-red vision. The boat hits something and comes to a sudden stop, sending me flying to the floor. And I open my eyes, and we are on hell on earth. Bright. That's the first thing I notice. I'd had my eyes closed so long that the orange daylight now seems exceptionally bright. Whoa. I blink again, against the glare, tears still streaking down my cheeks, and attempt to survey my surroundings. We're at another dock, bobbing lazily in the water. Genzu's still hunkered down on the seat across from the one I'd been occupying moments earlier, his eyes closed and features contorted. I push myself to my feet with a wobble and stumble towards him. You, Iggy, did not promise to not open your eyes, something along the lines. Genzu, my hands go to his shoulders. When he doesn't respond, I give him a shake, which finally wrests him from his focus. He looks up at me in confusion, face white and eyes strained. I could see beads of perspiration dabbing his cheeks and forehead. What is it? The boat stopped. I guess that means we should get off. Oh, sure. Yeah. You okay? Oh, yeah, sure. He pulls at his collar, raises to his feet. He is anything but okay. Guess I just got a little, seasick there. If you got a little bit seasick, then wouldn't that be the first thing that you would say? If that's why you're unwell, rather than coming up with an excuse, almost like we had the same kind of nightmare. We disembarked the boat in silence, almost like we were told off by the teacher. Then stand on the dock, unmoving. Hopefully there's not another mischievous flower in the near future. Genzu removes his cap and runs his hand through his hair again and again. Droplets of sweat bounce off and onto wooden planks. Path seems to lead this way. I point past the end of the dock and towards where a valley of dirt winds itself off and away from the river, bordered on either side by more trees. Yeah. But Genzu's voice lacks his visual vivacity. Took me a while there. We start our trek away from the river without another word, just the two of us, walking down a dreamlike path in a world of fantasy with no idea where to go or what to expect next. Oh dear, what are we to expect? Another rabbit? Oh great, we end up where we started? Did we just somehow magically teleport back to where the house was and now we're on this winding path again, hopefully not to get skewered by some horrible rabbit? 20 minutes? 30? An hour? Time feels strange, almost as though it's not passing at all. Yeah, when I think back to the cottage of discovering that hole in the tree, it already feels like a lifetime ago, and strangely disconnected. I try to think about my apartment, about work, about the party. They all feel non-existent? Fake, yeah. Did any of that really happen? Of course it did. That's my life. That's me. I look down at my hand as though it might reveal an answer to some unspoken question. Yes, you are now a dragon. And my mind drifts back to that voice in the tree. What do you wish for more than anything else in the world? I don't know, but you did select hot girlfriend. I still don't know. And also even Wonderland, which is at our every command has its limits. I glance over at Genzu, who has his hands shoved in his pockets and his gaze pointed at his toes. The cut of his cheek has stopped bleeding and is instead forming a thin dark scab across the flesh. Why had we stopped seeing so much of each other? Why had I stopped seeing so much of any of them? I can't remember the last time I hung out with any of them one-on-one, just spending time together, talking. Do we even have that choice anymore? I've been busy. Had I though? Yeah, busy with work on a screen, I wince. Only busier than normal, but that is our normalized life. And certainly not so busy that I couldn't have taken some occasional time out of my schedule. I never reached out to anyone of my own accord exactly. Sometimes you just expect somebody to reach out to you when you are the one that should take the initiative first. And even when they'd reach out to me, I'd usually make up some excuse. Yeah, sorry, I was on the loo for too long because I had too much of that hot local curry last night, and I'm gonna end up a day on the bonk. So, sorry mate, I'm gonna have to ditch out of this once-in-a-lifetime party. Anyway, some friend. Even now, I don't know the basics of what to do, or what they do, sorry, or of how they live their lives, of their goals, ambitions, hopes, dreams, secrets. I can't help but wonder if things wouldn't have turned out differently had I actually made an effort, if I actually gave a crap, if somehow we could have avoided this. Not worth antagonizing over it now. I made my bed and I'm gonna lie in him. Not when there's much worse things to be agonizing over, like Genzu. All of a sudden my footsteps change in timbre. Oh, is this a different road? I glance down to see the dirt path has given way to cobblestones. That's interesting. I stopped for a moment, studying the new pavement. I hope that means we're finally getting somewhere. Genzu takes this opportunity to survey the landscape. Wherever that somewhere is, well, it's better than what we were at. Through the foliage veiling the upcoming bend, I spy a splattering of bright colours, too bright even for the otherworldly trees, no matter how otherworldly they are. Remember that we have encountered a gigantic ton and a gigantic eye which revealed a not so gigantic monster, and we all survived that. So nothing, and I repeat, nothing could kill us if we survive that. Although there probably is, but there's something there. I expand the energy for a short jog, taking me around the trees and in front of what I can only describe as a gigantic billboard. I stop, take it in, and feel my eyes grow about 5 sizes larger. It's almost like we had too much on our plate to digest. Whoop. What the? What are they looking at? Jesus. Genzu trots up next to me, equally as stupefied. It's Gidget. Only larger than life and wearing little, very little, clothing. What's going on here? What has Gidget been going up to, in which I've forgotten the pronunciation of said name? She's lying on her side, head propped up on her hand, and holding a martini glass in her other. She's winking at the camera. What kind of photo shoot is this? At us. Next to her the words, "Come visit Wonderland's hottest goddess," in bright purple print. My jaw goes slack. That's a side of Gidget I've never seen before. Genzu's brow reaches for the sky. He looks more bemused than anything. But for goodness sakes, Iggy looks like he's just seen a ghost. His own ghost. You can say that again. A big side. We're just talking about the overall size of Gidget, not like the proportional size of Gidget in comparison to any other kind of average sized features on the human body. Just take that in, okay? Yeah. I mean, a really big... I'm glad we got context here as well. Okay, I get it. I kind of morph into the humor of this game, and I love it. Genzu laughs. I, however, feel mildly ill. Only mildly? Gidget's beautiful. She's always has been. and I love being around her. She's fun, smart, ambitious, not afraid to take risks. Well, this is a big bloody risk if I've ever seen one. And to be honest, if she were to ask me, I wouldn't mind being more what? I could see myself supporting her, rooting for her, being with her, hugging her. Okay, could see the two of us maybe curled up on the couch. Could see us frantically doing our shopping together. But thinking about her like this makes my stomach twist. I don't know why. And going further than that, trying to somehow imagine us in the... Okay. Okay, I'm not going to read the rest of that out loud. Okay. To say it makes me feel uncomfortable would be an understatement. Well, I don't know. I don't know what to say about that one. I'd say if consent is there from both parties, then by all means have at it, but yeah. I turn away from the billboard, looking instead further up the path. It's bordered by other smaller placards that stick up and out of the ground like signposts. All of them sport Gidget. Some in gorgeous dresses, some in bright summer assemblies, some in ridiculous get-ups that look like they've come straight out of a fantasy or horror movie, because we are certainly in a fantasy that could look like a horror movie, especially with a huge pink slippery lantern. Damn, girl's clearly been busy, Genzu whistles beneath his breath. Sorry, damn, girl's clearly been busy. I guess this means Gidget's here too? You don't say. I think all of them are here. All 5 of us, or 6, however many there are, within the weird group. And weird doesn't mean bad, by the way. And so we make our way down the Gidget-lined path. Her smile follows us, sometimes sweet, sometimes sultry, and sometimes downright sinful. I can't help but feel like every single one of them is aimed straight at me. Oh, hello. This is a rather luxurious town. Village, sorry. 20 placards later sees us at the entrance to a small village. I survey the quaint white and dark wood cottages, the puffing chimneys, the curving cobblestone roads and vine-dappled walls. I remember this, though not quite as clearly as the kiddie cruise, more like out-of-focus snapshots. It's almost like a dream. If you're not acquainted with lucid dreams, you remember the screenshots, but not the entire thing. And ice cream. Somehow I definitely remember eating ice cream here before. I'm suddenly feeling super hungry. Genzu scratches at his belly. Genzu, when are you not hungry? By the way, I'm just kidding. Pushing the thoughts of sweets out of my head, I start down the main yellow road. Yes, the yellow road. For once, we're not the only ones here. People are milling about, walking from building to building. A boy even rides by on his bike, a statue of mail hanging off his shoulder. None of them so much as glance up as we look around. It's almost like we were always here, and we are not indeed people that are alien to their senses. I round to the next corner and stop. A crowd of people is gathered outside one of the more ornate-looking homes. There's a good 15 to 20 of them, and though they whisper amongst themselves occasionally, their attention seems fixed on the door. Who's the celebrity? Genzu sidles up next to me. I suppose it's Gidget. Don't know. I step out of the way at the ring of a bicycle bell, and the boy from earlier goes gliding past. My stomach gurgles. Somehow I'm pretty sure I know who it is. And who is here? Hello! Good morning, darlings. I turn up the voice to see the door open. Gidget has her hand raised above her head to greet the crowd. The previously quiet gathering erupts in cheers and applause. A sinking feeling in my gut forms itself into a 2-ton boulder, right next to a 1-ton boulder. Thank you so much for seeing me off today. Another shoot. Can you believe it? The scouts here just can't keep their eyes off me. She practically dances down the steps, the crowd parting to allow her room. Immediately there's hands reaching out, thrusting papers and books for her to sign, trying to catch a passing torch of her arm or shoulder. I'm pretty sure amongst this crowd there's at least one simp. "We love you, Gidget! Marry me, Gidget!" Okay, that's the simp right there. Gidget's mouth curls in an overly exaggerated frown as she waltzes through. "Oh, I'm sorry, I'm in quite a rush today." She pauses, then smiles with a wink. "But I suppose one or two autographs wouldn't hurt." No, nothing can get in the way of autographs in this wonderland. The crowd goes wild, flinging their pens and photos and Anyways, me first, Gidget, Budget. I'm your #1 fan, Budget Gidget. I apologize for that. She turns towards the person standing next to her, a teenage girl with a bouncy ponytail and decked out in pin stickers and accessories, all featuring Gidget's name or face. And both sometimes. The girl wrings her hand in excitement as Gidget signs her name in her autograph book. "Hey, Gidget." "Hello there." Only this time the call comes from right next to me and I turn to see Genzo with his hands cupped around his mouth. Gidget turns, stops, then beams, "Guys!" She barely has time to return the girl's autograph book before she's dashing towards us. "You're here! I can't believe it! Could say the same thing about you. We had no idea who we'd find down here." Up close, Gidget looks different. Except I can't put a finger on how exactly, sorry. But she seems more perfect? How can you be more perfect from perfect? Like, perfect in its own way is 100% without flaw. How do you define more perfect? Less perfect, obviously, but not more. Like, I can't spot a single imperfection on her. Her skin is gleaming, her blue eyes actually seem to be sparkling, and even her hair is flawless, not a single lock out of place. You look great. You look, great? I finally manage. Gidget beams, then grows instantly shy. I mean, have to, you know, keep up appearances. Who knew they'd love me down here? Well, this is our Wonderland in some ways. They sure seem to. We saw all your handiwork on the walk up. Genzo locks his fingers behind his neck. This only seems to embarrass her further. Oh gosh, right, I kind of forgot about all those. They went a little overboard. You're doing modeling gigs, Ben? I asked somewhat tentatively. Yeah, crazy, huh? She stops. Sorry, she starts, then stops, my bad. Gaze shooting to her watch. Oh crap, that reminds me that I'm already late to my next one. Come down with me. It's just over at the pier in town. Afterward, we can grab some drinks at the inn. Catch up? I glance at Genzo, who glanced at me. I shrug. Sure, why not? Because what else can I say? I'm honestly so confused by this whole situation. Exactly. I am very confused, and both of them are looking so confused at me. She grins. Amazing! Come on then, this way. Then starts off down the road, not forgetting to throw a parting wave at the crowd still camped outside the door she passes. And the crowd goes, so why are those two special, huh? Catch you all later. Genzo scratches his forehead. Seems to be doing well for herself, huh? You could say that. We walk after her and I can't help but notice the aura of the crowd grow dark as we pass. One of the older women even glares at me as I turn my head to look. Just keep walking. Yeah, exactly. Just pretend that they're not there. They can't hurt you if they're not there. I don't need to be told twice. My pace quickening by about a half step. Hey, I'm friends with Gidget, okay? Gidget leads us down the carved road and past a few more buildings that look just familiar enough to jog my memory. Past the next bend, the buildings open up to reveal a long cobblestone pier lined with small fishing boats. A team of photographers is already setting up their gear near the water. Beautiful, isn't it? Gidget turns back towards us. The perfect photo shoot. I'm actually surprised I haven't done one here yet. Yeah, it's almost like the south of France. So many boats everywhere at a little seaside town. Isn't it just marvelous? It's certainly photogenic. Genzo squints as he takes in the scenery. I don't disagree, but my head is still filled with visions of giant eyeball creatures and whatever it is that was happened back on the kiddie cruise, making it a bit hard for me to appreciate the view that is in front of us. Feel free to look around during the shoot. I don't think it'll be that long. It'll also make us less suspicious if we just hang around here. Gidget bites down her lip with an eager smile, then dashes up towards the crew. She's really enjoying this. They do seem to like her. I throw a glance back towards the way we came, half expecting to see that woman in the crowd from earlier following us. Fortunately, the path is clear. No, they're just hiding behind the buildings and all whatnot, so that you let your guard down. Pretty obvious what she wished for, huh? I don't respond, instead biting down my lip and watching the crew finish setting up. One of them, the makeup lady, I can only guess, is already checking Gidget over, touching up her face and getting her in position. The shoot starts and Gidget is on fire. I've never seen her look so alive, so happy, having the absolute time of her life. I wonder what she's feeling inside, though. They start with a few shoots with her back to the boats, then walking along the pier, sitting atop the railing and gazing out across the lake. But despite her constant smile, I can't stop the feeling of uneasiness clawing at my belly, not crawling. I suppose it's not too far here. Why is she here? Why is she doing this? She's not supposed to be here. We're not supposed to be here. But yet we ended up here anyways. How could she act like this is normal? Why are you doing this, Gidget? Except that this time the voice in my head is from one of my memories, bubbling up, floating to the surface, swirling around at the base of my brain. Why are you doing this, Gidget? Or, what's going on here? Gidget looks at me in confusion. Her brows furrow as her teeth gnaw at the inside of her cheek. What has she done to earn your anger, Iggy? What do you mean? I thought you'd be happy for me. It'd been fall or senior year, the annual school hackathon, the one all the college reps attend to scout out new talent. It was supposed to be me that won it. Me that got all the scholarship offers. Me that had been working towards this every year of high school. Look, sometimes, okay? Sometimes it is not what you want it to be. And in this case, we just fell short. You ruined everything! What are you talking about? Gidget's eyes quiver. She looks like she's about to cry. You're not even good at coding! You only started because I did! That's not true, I like coding too. But you just had to go and take away everything that's important to me. The reps liked your project too. Coding is for... Okay, now that's damn sexist, okay, because girls can be coders too, you know. This stops her. Her lips are trembling. Everybody already thinks you're a boy. Damn it, Geddy. Why are you being like this? It's embarrassing. You should do something for girls. You'll be prettier than... Damn, now the tears are falling in big salty rivers that stream down her cheeks. She runs away without another word. Yeah, I'll be running away from this bully if he kept saying that, sorry. Damn. Horrible. I'd be so horrible. Even after all these years, I still cringe just thinking about it. I didn't mean a single word of it. Well, it sounded like you did mean it, you know. At that moment, you did mean it. It'd been the anger talking. I'd never apologized, never taken it back. And Gidget had changed after that. Grown her hair out. Got interested in fashion and dresses. Always asking me how she looked. She stopped coding altogether. I glanced back up at the present day Gidget, currently resting her chin in her palm and shooting a smoky glare at the camera as her hair dances in the lake breeze. I'm sorry, Gidget. No sooner has the thought entered my head than Gidget glances up, beams and begins waving me over. I pause, unsure, point to myself as though there could be anyone else she's pointing to. When she nods, I shuffle over awkwardly. I imagine and this is general in life anyways, that when you're really emotional, you tend to say things that you don't necessarily mean to, but at that point in time, that would be the most logical thing to project out there. She jumps down off the railing at my approach. Join me for a shot. What? My voice cracks. Yeah, come on, just for fun. Her arm sneaks its way around mine. I feel her tugging me towards the camera. Besides, who wouldn't want to shoot this handsome starter? I throw a look of helplessness back at Gens, who just laughs. Make and swan, you animal. Seems like I don't have much of a choice. Damn, they position us on the other side of a little blue sloop, its sail flapping gently in the breeze. I don't even have the chance to ask what I'm supposed to do before the cameras are snapping like crazy. How many pictures are they taking? 100 a minute? The first 500 or so are just gonna be me looking like a deer in the headlights. Yeah, that's what you call a film. A series of different snapshots. Fortunately, Gidget knows what to do. Hey, she grabs my arm, pulls me close, taps my opposite shoulder to get me spinning around, and when I realize it's her, I smile, laugh, feel some of the tension leave my shoulders. She gives me a playful shove, gets me moving, points towards an especially oblong cloud in the sky to get me looking skyward. And all the while, the cameras shoot, and shoot, and shoot. This is how it works, Ben, isn't it? Is it, sorry? Hope that one or two of these thousands of shots actually looks decent? Gidget laces her arm around mine, pulling me back in, and plants a kiss on my cheek. I feel my face heat up. Her body is so close I can feel her breath on my face, on my neck. And when she brings her arms around my shoulders in a tight side squeeze, I can feel her chest press against my arm. My stomach flips, flops. Bitter nausea works its way up into the base of my throat. Cancel out me! I've always shared bros before. My eyes go to Gensu. He's standing a short ways behind the photographers, hands shoved deep in his pockets and just staring at us. For once he's not cracking his usual smile. What's he cracking then? If not that. I step away, chin curled inward and hand to my head. Maybe there's enough time in the spotlight for me. Wiping my nose. Gidget just laughs. You never were the one for attention. She throws a wink. Thanks for ogling me, though. I'm almost done here. Then we can head back. I nod somewhat apologetically. She's about to disappear my clavis, whatever that word is, and scoot out of view of the cameras. Once clear, my stomach slowly normalizes, and I take off my glasses to give my face a few good rubs. So I take it you won't be coming back to shoot the swimsuit edition, eh? And an all too familiar elbow nudge to the ribs pulls me back into the moment, out of my stupor. Very funny. I take the opportunity to clean my glasses. 2 quick breaths across the lenses, then a solid rub with the hem of my shirt. I place them back on my nose and across my ears. Blink. By the time I look over, Genzu's gone back to watching Gidget, who is now walking along the cobbles looking back over her shoulder at the cameras. I check out the opposite direction back towards the winding roads and their surrounding cottages. Every now and then something will jump out that triggers a flash of memory. A flashback, if you will. The flowers on the sill of the bakery. The outdoor seating area of the cafe with its red and white striped tablecloths. Even the smell, that faint, sickly sweet aroma of honey and sugar that dances up and down on my tongue. Something catches my eye. The girl from earlier, the one Gidget gave her autograph to. She's walking by, clutching a little book, a spring in her step and a bounce in her ponytail. The people here sure seem to like Gidget. I catch myself, roll my eyes. Of course they do. It's pretty obvious what Gidget wished for. It's not like any of this is real. Ooh, that's really cold to say out loud if you do. No matter how much Gidget seems to enjoy it, I suck my bottom lip up between my teeth. Just when I'm about to turn back to pursue a flash of movement stops me in my tracks. There's another girl, approaching the ponytail, hunched over and moving quickly, very quickly. Closer, closer. They're nearing a small alleyway between two of the buildings. Ponytail walks in front of it, none the wiser. Oh, and the other girl pounces. She throws herself at Ponytail, pushing her into the alleyway with a stifled squawk. Her hand comes up. There's a flash, a knife. Then down, thrust down, Ponytail's legs jump. Another thrust, up and down until Ponytail's legs slump to the ground. Motionless. God damn. My jaws go slack. The victorious girl emerges, autograph book clutched in her red splotched hands, then walks off, leaving Ponytail splayed and unmoving in the alley. I raise my hand, blink, try to form words to describe what just happened to alert the others. But by this point the camera crew is packing up and no one's paying attention to my incoherent mumbling. Genzu? I try. What's up, Iggs? Iggy, Genzu, we're done. Gidget comes, bouncing back, still full of energy. Thanks so much for waiting. Let's head back. They love me at the inn. They'll give all of us free drinks. She grabs my wrist, tugging me along with the rest of the crew. All Genzu can do is shoot me a look of amusement as he takes up the rear. Of course he takes up the rear. He's that kind of guy. And here we are at the bar. Drinks up, boys. It's on the house. A busty woman in a flowery print dress and white apron slams 2 extra-large beers down on the table in front of Genzu and me, and also the one that murdered the Ponytail girl must have been the simp from earlier. Told you so. Gidget sticks out a ton in amusement across from us, already nursing her own cocktail. Don't mind if I do. Genzu promptly grabs his and downs about half the glass. Already half the glass. I'm considerably more reserved with my own. Clutching it in both hands, I bring it to my lips, tasting just enough for the foam to decorate the bottom of my nose. The inn is bustling with patrons. Men playing cards, groups of friends laughing and drinking. Even a table not far behind us filled with what I can only assume are fans of Gidget. They sit watching us, scribbling down notes at our every action. It's a cozy place. Music sprinkling in through an old photograph. Warm candles beaming down from wooden chandeliers overhead. Chandeliers. That's the pre-form of chandeliers. Stairs in the corner lead up to what I can only assume are overnight rooms you can book at the counter. Sure didn't have anything like this here when we were kids. That's because we're grown up and Wonderland has evolved. Genzu laughs and wipes at his mouth. I glance around, taking in the ambiance. I mean, I guess we did always know this place changed. It always just kinda knew what you needed, even beyond the wishes, I mean. Genzu crosses a finger over his heart and lowers his head. Thank you for knowing what I need. He promptly takes another swig. I turn my attention back to Gidget. She is just watching the two of us with a smile. So, how long have you been here then? Kinda seems like you've made yourself at home. Gidget curls a lock of hair around her finger. To be honest, I don't even know. The days kind of meld together here a bit. It hasn't been that long. Plus, I'm having a blast, so I haven't really felt the need to come running back, you know. I forced an awkward smile. Yeah, sure. You definitely have it made. The only reception Iggy and I got was a friendly game of impale the humans for our old friends the rabbits. Damn. Yeah, they seem kind of not cannibalistic, carnivorous, that's the word. Oh, and welcome back to tasting from the world's largest eyeball. Gidget's eyes go wide. What are you talking about? You mean you weren't killed about 20 times on your way here? I take another hesitant sip of my beer. God, no. I was welcomed like a queen. Best day of my life in recent history. Well, besides everyday sense, gotta admit, life is good down here. I try to hide my grimace with a glance at Genzu. He just scratches his head in wonder. Guess, it's a recent change then. The funny news. Though now I'm really starting to wonder just how long Gidget's been down here. Especially because we haven't heard from her for a while. It would be the case, I don't know. Maybe Gidget's always been down here, but yet she's not telling us the truth. I have no idea what the time difference is between this world and ours, if this world is even the right terminology of where we are. Yeah, it is. We're just somehow in our own pocket dimension. But it certainly seems to pass quicker here, given that we only saw Gidget 2 days ago back home. Potentially much quicker. You, seen anyone else? Like Bucks, maybe? We thought, she might be down. Oh yeah, because Bucks was the original reason why we left the house in the first place, to try and find her. And then me and Genzo somehow bumped into each other, and that's how we found ourselves at the tree at the beginning. Bucks? No. But the door was already open when Orlam and I found it. Ah, Orlam. Oh, bleh. He's down here. Genzo groans. I should have known something stunk. Look, I know you're not the best of terms with Orlam, but for goodness sakes, okay? He doesn't choose how he looks. He was born with it, just like the rest of us have been born with our looks. Yeah. The two of us just kind of met? Like, in the words? I don't even remember. Gidget furrows her brows. They must have come in either before or after. Must have been before though, because it's been quite a long time. Feels like so long ago now. I just remember really feeling like I needed to check out the woods. And then when I got there, Orlam was there too. And when we went to check out the door, well, obviously you know what happened. Same thing happened with us. I watched as Genzu raise his hand to alert the bartender for another beer. You think Bucks is down here too, though? Gidget tilts her head, takes a drink. Don't know. But if it's called all the rest of us... The table grows quiet. Oh, then the same woman shows up back with Genzu's next beer, slamming it down with enough force to make my own glasses rattle. And the windows crack. Drink up, cutie. Yes, madam. Genzu salutes. Genzu's laugh. Gidget laughs. So, see? Genzu has the right idea. You should enjoy yourself. Stop looking so gloomy. I mean, look where we are. The place where dreams literally come true. I'm still waiting for my hot girlfriend, by the way. Genzu's leaning down with his mouth to the rim of his glass, slurping up the excess foam. I mean, we know what Gidget's dream is, and we know what Genzu's dream is. We've yet to find out what Iggy's actual dream is. Their wish, sorry, not their dream. I suppose they're both hand in hand in a way. Yeah, just don't get too used to it. Else reality's gonna blank you up the ass even harder. Gidget's smile sinks. and her eyes turn sharp. She shoots a glare in Genzu's direction. What are we supposed to mean here? Like, how can we choose between two of our best friends, honestly? I mean, I did say bros before hoes earlier, but I'm not going to do it. It's just right, I guess. This does feel like a bit of a once-in-a-lifetime thing. Maybe we should be enjoying ourselves a bit more. Gidget's smile returns instantly, her eyes soften in my direction. Yo, Earth to Iggy, have you already forgotten about our multiple bruises? Oh, sorry, brushes with death. I mean, besides all of that, but we're safe now here, right? And this place is, well, it's nice, right? It is, honestly, I can't remember the last time I've been this happy. Every dream is like a dream. Sorry, every day is like a dream come true. Yes, that's the key word, dream. Oh, so you're just gonna spend your whole life down here? Is that it? What's your problem? You certainly seem to be benefiting from this too, aren't you? Why do you have to be so annoying? Maybe because I know none of this is real. So the last thing I want is to get used to this. He jabs a thumb towards his eyes, then crosses arms with a huff. Gidget grumbles something under her breath, cheeks puffed out in indignation. The thing about dreams like this, though, is if something like this actually does become true, and that something that is otherwise impossible becomes possible, like, let's say, having your fame of something, where your well-knownness increases dramatically and you're loved by everyone. That's Gidget's side. But then there's also the restoration of otherwise blindness, which is in Genzu's side. Like, if your desire to break out of something so bad is humongous, then you can't blame somebody for wanting to stay in a dream-like scenario, because it breaks away their shackles of their weaknesses in the real world. When do you plan on going back? I asked somewhat tentatively. Whenever I want, Gidget responds almost instantly. Why? What does it matter to you? I raise my hands defensively. It doesn't. It doesn't. I try to laugh it off. Just, you know, wondering about your plans, that's all. Gidget's smile returns, as sickly sweet as percent of honey trickling my nose. I'll go back eventually. I'm just enjoying my time here, is all. What can I say? This place granted my biggest wish. She leans forward, one hand moving across the table to touch my wrist, and it seems it's about to grant another. No, I stare at her hand. Genzu stares too, even in the middle of gulping down his beer. I pull away, shoving my hands into my lap, into my pockets. My face feels hot. My eyes stay fixated on the bottom of my glass. Gonna go and have a smoke. Genzu breaks the silence before pushing up and away from the table. The alcohol, you know. No, it seems like you just want to leave us two alone, and you're watching from afar. He throws a glance at me, then at Gidget, then adjusts his cap and walks off for the exit. My belly is flip-flopping something awful now. Just looking at the beer left in my glass makes me nauseous. I force myself to look up. Gidget's still smiling. Hey, I'm honestly just bushed. Genzu and I, it's like we've been through hell and back just getting here. Could really use some, sleep. My knee is hopping like a grasshopper under the table. Oh, of course, the room's upstairs. I'm sure Mrs. Granham'd be fine with you using them. Thanks. Yeah. I try to grin as I push myself to my feet. It's just, you know how it goes. It certainly sounds like you had a rough time. Yes, we've been encased in saliva. Yeah. I pause, reach for my beer, pull my hand back, bring my hand up to say something, lower it. Anyways, let's talk more, tomorrow. Sure thing. I half stumbled away from the table. I can feel Gidget's eyes on my back the entire way up to the counter. My head feels blurry. Thankfully, a quick chat with the aforementioned Mrs. Graham is all it takes to secure myself a room at the top of the steps. She grabs the key and leads me upstairs and away from the noisy bar. I open up the door to reveal a cozy room outfitted with a bed, wardrobe, and desk. A desk, you say? But we have no laptop to do our work with. You have a nice night now? She bids before leaving me with the key and shutting the door. I certainly will. Quiet. It's wonderfully quiet. You didn't even tell Genzi that you managed to get yourself a room. I didn't realize just how loud it was downstairs until now. And the beautiful silence does wonders for my chest. I can practically feel it unclench itself muscle by muscle as I let out the longest breath of my life. I meander towards the bed, not the bread. It's decorated with a thick red quilt and crowned at the top by two fluffy-looking pillows. I sit down and feel the mattress curve delightfully beneath me, then take the opportunity to look out the window at the foot of the bed. It's dark now, with only the street lights to illuminate the cobblestones below. A few people are milling about. I search for Genzi and realize I'm on the opposite side of the building, so there's no point. I sit back and examine the room itself. The walls have been built with thick, rounded logs. It reminds me of the old cabin I stayed at during camp one summer. Rustic. My body is still relishing in the quiet, and I kick off my shoes, swing my legs up and onto the bed. God, it feels so good to get off my feet. I let my eyes wander towards the ceiling and that brown swath of nothingness I wish my brain would get lost in. There's a knock on the door. I grimace, but somehow it's not like I didn't know it was coming. I swing back around reluctantly and slide my feet back into my shoes. Come in. I shuffle towards the door, fumble with the doorknob, pull it open, and... Hello there. Gidget's shy smile greets me on the other side. Hey, I say. Hey, she says. Sorry, I mean, is it okay? I just wanted to talk. Oh, sure. I move to the side so she can come in. She walks to the middle of the room and looks around. These rooms are nice, yeah? I stayed in one my first couple of nights here, before everyone prepared that place for me in town. Yeah, it's nice. I stand in the doorway, unsure what to do, then finally slide my way towards the bed. I perch myself on the edge, expecting her to take the chair in front of the desk. She sits next to me on the bed instead. I don't move. My face feels like it's frozen in place. Pretty cozy, right? All of this? Yeah. To think that this place we went to as kids still exists. Heck, that it always existed. I think part of me tried to write it off. Chalk it up to kids being kids. Make believe in all that. Yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah, I suppose this Wonderland is definitely different, but also similar to that Wonderland that we went to all those years ago. I lean forward and perch my elbows on my thighs, hands clasped. But it's real, all of it. And it's given us another chance. I haven't been looking at her, but at this point I turn. Her gaze is pointed up towards the ceiling, as though trying to peer past it and straight into the stars. What are we conjuring up there? Another chance? What do you mean? She brings her hand up, cutting a lock of hair behind her ear. I don't know. Just that have you ever felt like maybe you should have done something differently? I stayed silent, tapping my thumbs together. Yeah, I shouldn't have yelled at you all those years ago about coding. But maybe if you'd been smarter, or been more courageous, or really fought for that thing you want, that maybe things would have turned out differently. I run a hand through my hair. I think probably everyone feels that way to an extent. Yeah, I always wondered what life could be like if I don't know, had a different spawn in life, had a different place of origin. had different people around me, but then life wouldn't be as special as it is right now. You have what you have the cards out in front of you, in which you have in your hand. Yeah, I guess. There aren't any do-overs in life. Nope, it's not a game. But I don't know. Maybe that's why this feels so significant to me. The world's way of giving me a chance to change things. She looks over at me with this, her eyes just slightly strained. There's a sort of longing to her gaze. I can't describe if it makes me curious or uncomfortable. You're gonna stay down here, then? Her lips curl in an embarrassed smile. No, I mean, just for a little while is all. Besides, it's given me good practice modeling, I mean. I've had so many shoots down here, my confidence feels through the roof. By the time I head back, I'll be a pro. There won't be an agent anywhere that I can't impress. That's great. Yeah. Her smile twitches. You know, I thought you'd be happy for me. What do you mean? Am I not pretty now? I've got a whole goddamn village telling me I'm beautiful. Her eyes flash. I sit up with a start, lips pressed tight. I mean, I think you're gorgeous, but I always have. Her face softens, melts. I can almost see her eyes start to quiver. Really? A red flush spreads across her cheek. Is that true? Beads of sweat are beginning to break out of my forehead. I wipe them away as I run a hand through my hair. I mean, sure, you're a hesitant man. You gotta put your foot down or your boot down and say it as you mean it. She looks down at her lap, brings her hands together, plays with her thumbs. Iggy, there's actually something I've been meaning to tell you for a long time. And what is that? My stomach has started to flip-flop again. Oh, really? What's that? She looks away shyly, then turns back, curling a lock of hair around her finger. It's, well, considering where we are and all that, maybe I should just show you. I blink in confusion. What do you... Before I can finish, she moves forward, eliminating the distance between us. What? Crikey. Her hands go to my cheeks, and she tugs me down, bringing our lips together in a bruising kiss. My system temporarily goes into shock. It's like an XT Auto 66 moment. Don't know what to do here. When I don't do anything, she presses harder, moving her lips against mine, passing just long enough to let out a gasp of hot air against my mouth before diving back in. Ruffling and searching and slithering across my gums. The sweat from my forehead has returned, now replicating itself across my neck and back. Her hands, her fingers slide against my cheek, work down to my throat, and she follows with her mouth, sucking and licking down the length of my neck as she moans into my skin. Gidget, I don't think we... My lips are trembling. My whole body is trembling. I suddenly feel incredibly cold, Tendrils of icy energy making my nerves and muscles jump. I don't like this. I don't like this. Oh, please don't. The hand is already rubberizing. I can feel it descending across my cheek, across my stomach. Her fingers reach the rough denim of my jeans. First light dance with her fingertips, then cupping, massaging, working me through the fabric. Oh gosh, is this where I think it's gonna go? Tears spring to the corners of my eyes. Gidget, stop! She doesn't stop. She moans against me, sucking down hard on my neck. I'm glad that says neck. Gidget, stop! Oh. I finally wrench myself away, half falling off the bed in the process. My body is shaking uncontrollably now. Gidget, however, can only look at me in shock. What's wrong? What is it? Did I do something wrong? I take a moment trying to find my breath. I clench my fist to hide my quivering fingers. I just... Damn. It's not that I don't like you. I do. I could even, I don't know, love you maybe? If it came to that, I don't know. I can't do that. Do what? I sigh at my own incompetence in forming words and turn my gaze towards the ceiling. That, it makes me really uncomfortable. Maybe I just need more time. I don't know. Gidget's quiet for a moment still. Then she sits back. I see. So that's how it is. I turn in confusion, but Gidget's looking away now, gazing off towards the far wall. How what is? This is just your way of saying you don't want to be more than friends, is it? No, it's not. Oh, shut up. You like me, but you... Oh, my God. Okay. Okay. Just saying it. Saying it bluntly. Is that it? What man doesn't want to... Oh, dear. I shouldn't be laughing because the situation at hand is very visceral. I sit back up on the bed, writing myself. My voice seems to crack with every word. I said maybe I just need more time, is all. I'm honestly really confused too. I've never really been in this situation before. I don't really know what's wrong with me. Stop with the goddamn excuses. The sharpness of her tone catches me off guard, and I quite instantly. The temperature of the room feels like it's dropped about 20 degrees. Her shoulders are hunched. Her voice quiet. It was just too much to ask, wasn't it? What was? Even after everything I've done. The chill bends and curves its way down my spine. But this one little thing was just too goddamn much, wasn't it? Gosh, she is angry. She spins back towards me. Only her face is different, contorted. Her lips pressed back in a snarl that seems to stretch her entire face. Her pupils like pinpricks in her sunken sockets. Gidget, I fly backwards. But Gidget is already crawling towards me like some kind of spider. Her face twists and warped. You don't want to look like this in your next photo shoot, do you, Gidget? Guess you were just too good for me, was that it? You pure, pristine duck. Too good to put in... Oh, gosh. Yeah, I said duck. She grabs a chunk of my hair, tugs it, twists it. The pain is like a spark of electricity running across my scalp. My eyes immediately go blurry with tears. She yanks me across the bed. I go down hard. Hard enough that even the soft mattress is enough to knock the wind out of me. I try to sit up, to get away. And of course, that's gonna happen. But only manage to turn around onto my back before Gidget is on top of me, slamming her seat down onto my stomach as her hands find my throat. Gosh, she really into this sort of thing? Oh my god, we're going blurry. Gidget! My voice strains against her tightening grip. I'll never be good enough for you, will I, Iggy? She snarls, leaning forward until her full upper weight is sent to the top of my throat. Maybe no one is good enough for you, is that it? Perfect little Iggy. Gidget. But I can't even form words now. My face, my whole head feels like it's about to explode from the pressure. Can't breathe. She stops for a moment, her scowl softening, then glances around the room, gaze stopping on the desk. Her smile returns. She slides off me and the bed, and I instantly gasp, desperately pulling air into my lungs. My head spins, and I bring my hands to my throat in futile attempts to relieve the lingering pain. I hear a drawer opening, footsteps, then the creak of the bed. And oh my god, her smile is evil. And by the time my head is clear enough to open my eyes and register what's happening, Gidget's looming over me again. This time with a pair of long scissors in her hands. What are you gonna do with those scissors, okay? Gidget? My body moves on instinct at the sight of the blades. I jump forward, reach out, attempt to pull myself away even through the haze of pain. God damn it, she's always on top of Yars. Is this the third time now? Yeah, this is actually the third time. One romantically, one angrily, and now one looking for killing. But she's on top of me again. Heavy weight on my chest, a palm to my forehead, pushing me down and down, forcing my head into the mattress. Perfect little Iggy. Too good to duck anyone. I can think of something he won't be needing then. Oh, great. Really? Are you really gonna do that just out of some kind of sheer spite? Well, if you won't go after anybody, then I guess you won't need this tool for anybody. I can feel her hands on my stomach, then on the thigh of my pants. She starts tugging on it. Should we try and fight back though? Yeah, we're gonna fight back, obviously. Sheer adrenaline taking me over, I jerk forward, hands swinging towards her face. I manage to scratch her cheek. She growls and shoves me back hard into the mattress. Try again. Use everything I have to launch myself on my elbows and push her off. Stay down! She snaps and lunges forward. Suddenly everything stops. Both of us freeze. The scissors. The scissors are in... Oh gosh, okay, yep, we've been gorged. A cold chill dances up my arms, along the back of my neck. Gidget looks stunned at first, as though she can't believe she just did that. Then, her look of shock twists into a smile. Now look what you did, she hisses through her cold lips. She jerks the scissors against me, blades further piercing my skin. Gidget! I try, but my lips can't seem to find the words. Her smile widens. Another shove. Upwards this time. Is she really a yandery for us, honestly? Well, if you don't accept me, then no girl is going to accept you. The sight must amuse her, because she laughs. Keeps laughing. She grabs the handle of the scissors tight in both hands, face contorting. Great. And we even get the gore as well. Then forces the blade straight up through my belly and chest, slicing me wide open. I can see it. See myself spitting out. Sloppy wet sausages sliding down my throat. Yeah, those are part of you. And the blood. It's everywhere. Painting my shirt, pants, the bedsheets below. My body shudders. Cold. I'm so cold. Don't look at me. Don't look inside me. The last thing I see before my eyes flutter close is Gidget reaching her hand into the steaming pile of intestines, fingers curling the slope. I won't do anything too uncouth with your body, Iggy. Goodness sakes. She is a mad yandere scientist. She giggles. And who also happens to be a model as well, cackles. Then everything goes black. I think that's what you call a bad end. Yeah, game over. So shouting for help. Unfortunately, you were gutted. Yeah, I'm glad you put him there. Unfortunately, rather than fortunately. But I guess this is an end of some kind. But Gidget only did mildly uncouth things to your body. Mildly uncouth things? Would you like to restart from before your most recent choice? Or return to the main menu? I think we will return to the main menu at this point in time. And let's see, load. Okay, so yeah, that's definitely the choice in hand. And then that's another choice in hand. So definitely multiple choices. And mentioning about how all of this is kind of a dream is really distorting within the mind of Gidget. I don't know how to pronounce her name. And to be honest, I suck at pronunciation. So that's one of my weaknesses in life. Even if someone breaks down the pronunciation of the word itself in order for me to say, I can't get my tongue and my head to look at those words and then say those words or say those pronunciations of how it's written. Like, for me, I always pronounce words on how they're written, not how they're broken down on a screen. So that's one of my main weaknesses in life, is just being able to just say something. But anyways, in this kind of realm, dreamlike realm, there's always something unsettling around every corner, even if it looks wonderful, even if it looks fantastical, majestic, awesome. There's something so underlyingly bad, grim, and dark about it that it gnaws at the mind of the inhabitants that makes this wonderland a thing in the first place. And what I would like to know is, what kind of tales happened within their first visit in the Wonderland at the very start of the game, where the children were around the tree in which they entered the Wonderland into when they formed a circle, and when they all sacrificed a bit of their blood in order for that gateway to open. What kind of adventures awaited within their first visit in the Wonderland, but also how did they escape it as well in order to become the adults that they are nowadays? But also, with Genzu, I wonder if he lost his sight in the Wonderland or during a real life event that happened outside of Wonderland itself. There's so many different questions and answers to this, but what I would like for you to tell me is, what kind of things do you think are going on throughout the Wonderland up to this point? From the things that we've done so far up until now, what kind of background things do you think are taking place here? And for me, I believe that the mindset of each of the individuals that initially created this Wonderland is part of the stability of the Wonderland itself. Like, if you think of a game like Umaniki, where the entire premise of it is within a lucid dream, the in real life stability of that character also depends on the content that is depicted within that realm, but also the structural instability or integrity of that universe depends on the stability of the mind of the individual itself. Like, if you're highly unstable, then the universe in which you lucidly dream of is also very unstable, because that is what your mind is currently conjuring. So that is a topic in and of itself, not just within a game, but also in a lucid dream that you may have experienced yourself if you suffer or dream of lucid dreams, because it goes one way or another way. It could be something that you want to dream of, or something that you do not wish to dream of, and it's a nightmare, a lucid nightmare. So is this Wonderland a dream or a nightmare? Because I think from the menu, I think that the Wonderland is interpreted into two different tales. One of curiosity and fascination, and one of uncertainty and nightmares. Thank you so much for watching, and see what's in the next time of Our Wonderland. When we get to the end of Act 1, would you like me to continue with Act 2? Or would you like me to break it up so that we take a short break from Act 2, or the rest of the game, sorry, go to a different game, or go to some few other games, and then go back to Our Wonderland? Because this is looking to be a really, really long game. Thank you so much for watching, and take care of yourselves.